back. In this video, we are going to see how to make the body of a stop valve, and the part drawing details are given in this PDF, and you can download the PDF from the link given in the description box. And the part drawing details are given like this, and using these details we will see how to make the 3D part in SolidWorks, and I am going to do by sketching it. And first I will choose the front plane. First, we are going to make the horizontal and vertical line. That is, we are going to choose the infinite line and for construction purpose. And I am going to make sure that it coincides with the origin. And now we will see how to make the parts. First, I am going to draw the arc. That is, firstly, I am going to draw only the sketch, and later I will add the dimensions to it. First, I am going to make sure that this center point of the arc coincides with this axis for both the things, and I am going to make sure these two centers coincide each other. That is, both should be concentric. Now I will add the dimensions to it. It is 350 in total, so it will be 350 divided by 2. And this is 22, and from this point to this point it is 125 in diameter, so it will be 125 divided by 2. And from this bottom till the center it is given as 125 mm. And from this bottom till this center it is 250 divided by 2. And now I will add the radius to this. The inner radius is 235 and the outer is 251. 235 and 251. Now it is fully defined, and now we will exit from the sketching mode and we will go to the features option, and here we will choose the option Revolve. By default, the profile is selected. In the axis of revolution, just choose this axis and click on OK. And remember, the angle should be 360 degree full. And the other half, I am going to just mirror it using the mirror option. Here we are having the option called mirror in features. Mirror, and here in the mirroring face or plane, just choose about this one. And features to mirror, that is this part, the whole thing, revolution, what we have done, that one we are going to mirror it, and then click on OK. Now you can see that fully it is made. Now I am going to make sure that the top plane is visible, and the front plane I am going to choose it normal view, and I am going to add the suction view, and then we'll click on OK. Right now I'm going to hide the top plane. Right now we don't need. And here I'm going to sketch in the front plane. Choose the front plane and click on sketch. I'm going to create this internal part, whatever thing inside it is there. First, I am going to sketch it properly. Here also, I am not going to add the dimensions. Initially, I will draw. Later, I will add the dimensions. this bottom height, the total height is given as 25 mm from the center below and 25 mm above from the center line. I have to delete these two. I'm going to trim using the trim entity, and I'm going to make this as a horizontal. Now I'll add the dimensions. From this height to this it is 25 mm, and from this to this also it is 25, and from this to the center it is, the outer center it is given as diameter is 176. So it will be 176 divided by 2. So the total is also 176. And this vertical, these two distance is parallel of and at a distance of 16 mm each other. I'm going to give this relation as 135 mm, 135 degrees, and similarly for this also. And I'm going to make these two lines parallel to each other, and similarly for these two also. And I'm going to add the distance between these two lines as 16 mm. And for here also the distance is 16 mm. And this is 144 mm in diameter. So it will be 144 divided by 2. This one is also 144 divided by 2. And I will extend this in such a way that they both should beat the body each other. I am going to extend it little bit more. Since the body is curved, it will not, when I extrude it, it will not meet properly. So I'm going to draw it little bit more. Similarly for this one also. And I'm going to join these two. And remember, the sketch is undefined just because these endpoints are not defined properly. And now we'll exit from the sketching mode, and we'll enter the features mode, and here we are having the option called extrude. And here we are going to select the option sketch up to the surface. and here we are going to extrude in both the direction. This is just in direction 1, and I want to extrude in the other direction also, and here also up till the surface, and I'm going to select this body as a surface. Sorry, I'm going to clear it, and now I'm going to select it. You can just have a preview of it, and then we are going to click on OK. Since we are seeing the suction view, we are going to see only the half of it. Now I'm going to create a sketch again on this plane, and now we are going to make this holes. First, it is of diameter 156 at a distance of 10 mm. So I'm going to draw a circle of diameter 156 mm. 156. And I'll exit the sketch and go to the features, and here we are going to use the option extrude cut at a distance of 10 mm. Now again I'm going to choose the same plane, and I'm going to make this another hole which is of a diameter 144 mm, and through hole I'm going to sketch on the same plane, and I'm going to create a circle of diameter 144, and we'll exit the sketch again, and again we'll use the option extrude cut, and here I'm going to use up to next, that is it will extrude, that is it will cut the material up to the next part. You can see it has been made. Now the internal part is over. Now I'm going to make the upper part. First I'm going to create a plane for using the top plane as a reference. So I'm going to show this plane, and I'm going to use the plane tool to create the plane. Click on plane, and I'm going to use this as the reference, and I'm going to add the distance, that is 170 mm above. That is here I'm going to add the distance 170 mm above. Here you are having the option to flip the plane, that is in bottom or the top direction. I want it in the top direction. So I've created a plane. I don't need this plane, so I'm going to hide this, and I'm going to choose this and create a sketch. First I'm going to create this part, that is the outer flange of this body. It is 276 mm in dia, and that is first I'm going to create this inner part, that is 170 mm in dia plus 16 mm offset for the circle of 170 mm dia. So I'm going to create a circle with this as the origin, and I'm going to add the dimensions, that is 176 in dia. Now I'm going to use the option called offset entities and select the circle. 16 mm is the offset distance, so I'm going to get it outside, that is, so I'm not going to reverse the direction, and you can have a preview of it. If the yellow circle is in the outward direction, fine. If it's in the inward direction, just click on the option called reverse. You can see it goes inside. If it is inside, it goes outside. So then we'll exit the sketch, and I'm going to extrude it, and I'm going to use the option up till next, up to the surface, and I'm going to choose this as a surface, and then click on OK. Now I'm going to create this outer circle, which is the flange of the body, which is of diameter 276. I'm going to hide this plane now. I'm going to use a sketch, and I'm going to choose this plane, and I'm going to Select this outer circle and use the option called Convert Entities to project the surface. And now I will draw a circle with reference to this origin, and I'll add the dimension as 276 276, and I'll exit the sketch, and I'm going to use the option Extrude, and I'm going to just flip the direction. Since the arrow mark is showing upwards, I'm going to flip it by clicking here, and the distance is 28 mm. 28, and then click on OK. Now again we are going to select this plane, and then we are going to create a sketch. I'm going to choose this circle and click on Convert Entities, because I have to create a hole, through hole. I don't want this body to be there, so I'm going to use the option called Extrude Cut, and I'm going to use up to next. It will cut only till here. You can see now the cut section of the body can be seen properly. And now I'm going to add some radius to it, that is this radius and this radius. It is given as 10 mm, and this radius is also 10 mm, so I'm going to add the radius. Here I'm going to add by using the option called Fillet, 10 mm, done. And this also I'm going to select it, and I'm going to select the this edge also, and this also. I'm going to choose this inner edge also. For this also I'm going to choose it, and click on OK. Now all the internal parts have been made. Now we just need to create the holes on this outer flange of the body. I'm going to hide the suction view. Just by clicking the suction view, they are coming out of the suction view. I'm going to create the hole on this surface. First I'll create a sketch, and here it is given as 8 holes of diameter 16 mm on PCD of diameter 200 mm. PCD is the pitch circle diameter, that is the diameter on which the holes has to be made. So first I'm going to draw a circle of diameter 200 mm. I'm going to make this as a construction line, and I'm going to add the dimension as 200 mm. And now I'm going to create just only one circle of diameter 16 mm. And I'll exit the sketch, and I'm going to use the option Extrude, and I'm going to choose up to next. Now I'm going to use this hole, and I'm going to use the option circular pattern. Total of 8 holes has to be made. So I'm going to select this hole, and I'm going to select the direction, and total number of holes are 8. So I'm going to choose as 8 and equally spaced at an angle of 360-degree full. I'm going to use the option mirror. I'm going to show the right plane. Now it is done properly, and now I'm going to hide this right plane, and I'm going to create the holes on the top. So I'm going to create a sketch again, and I'm going to create a pitch circle diameter. It is given as 6 holes of M20 on PCD of 225. PCD, that is pitch circle diameter, is 225 mm, and 6 holes of M20 in dia. So this is 225, and I'm going to make this as a construction line, and I'm going to create one small circle of diameter 20 mm. And I'll exit the sketch, and I'm going to the features, and again I'm going to choose the option cut, and I'm going to choose up to next. So I'm going to choose up to the surface, and I'm going to choose this surface so that it will cut till that surface. And now I'm going to use the option circular pattern. Now I've selected that cut option, and I'm going to use the circular pattern option. I'm going to choose the direction and total of 6. So I'm going to change it to 6, and then we'll click on OK. Now you can see the full body of the stop valve has been made, and now we are going to see the internal suction just by clicking on the suction view. Here you can change the suction view just by taking it in and out and rotating it. You can see whichever you want, and just exit from the sketch mode. And here we are going to apply the material to the body. It is given as the gun body, the material is gun metal. So here in the specification tree, you'll see a material option called not specified. So right click on the material and use the option edit material, and here you can see the default SolidWorks material. Since the gunmetal is not there, I'm going to create a custom material in metals. So here in metals, you can create a new material by just clicking near new metal, and here you can give the name of the metal and then click on close. But now I've already created a gunmetal, so I'm not going to create it. So if you know the other physical properties, you can add and you can apply the physical appearance also. I'm going to change the color to like brushed chrome or anything which because we don't know which it will be there. So I'm going to choose as cast iron. Only the appearance, it will not be the material and the physical properties, and then you click on apply. And now we can see the gunmetal material is applied, and for the assembly and drafting where we'll be creating a bill of materials, there we should make sure that the material is there. For that one, we'll use the go to file and go to properties, and here in the configuration specific, here we are going to create a property name, that is the material test. The value will be material again, and the gun material will be coming default, and then click on OK. Now I'm going to save this part. I'm going to save this part as body, since the same name what we'll be giving will be appearing in the bill of materials, and it will be easy to remember and identify the part name. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel for more videos like this, and comment below for any suggestions.